Okay, students. So we'll finish a quick session on UPSC Civil Service Examination 2026 notification. Okay. So we will try to go through all the essential and important information regarding the UPSC CSE 2026 notification. And at the end of our discussion, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. Now, first let's see some basic information. Why we are calling this as UPSC CSE means generally UPSC conduct a lot of other exams also, like CDS, AFCAT. Some other exams also will be conducted by UPSC. That is the reason we use the word UPSC CSE, Civil Service Examination 2026. Okay. And the prelims date, one of the most important thing is prelims date. They announced it as on 24th May 2026. If any one of you is attempting this year prelims, plan accordingly. Okay. And last date to apply is about this month, 24th February 2026, 6 p.m. only. Okay. Sometimes students may mistakenly think that by midnight, sometimes exams, the last date will be midnight generally, but don't drag up to this. Okay. Because by the time server will be busy, it is very difficult to upload photo and all these things. So by 24th February 2026 is the last date. Safe side is at least by 21 or 22. Okay. That should be your cutoff. And UPSC mains from 21st August 2026. Okay. That means once you clear the prelims, obviously you will have an entire time of June, July. And so remaining days in May and remaining days in August, you can think 3 months. And if you are writing Indian Forest Services exam, that mains date is yet to be mentioned, and obviously that will be further delayed. If you are exclusively writing IFOS, Indian Forest Service, means obviously you will get little bit more time. But assuming you are writing the Civil Service Examination, not the IFOS, so the mains will be 21st January. Are we clear about this? Interview dates, they will announce later. Okay, once the mains exams are done, they will announce the interview dates. Next, vacancies. If you see the trend of vacancies, you see in 2024 it was 1056, 2025 1129, and 26 it is the notification with 933 vacancies. And of course, these 933 vacancies, they will be divided into 3 categories: All India Services, Group A Services, and Group B Services. Okay, we will go through that as well. Okay, All India Services generally include 3 categories: IAS, IPS, and Indian Forest Service, not the Foreign Service. Indian Forest Service comes under All India Services. Okay, Indian Foreign Service, it is Group A Service, but highest level of Group A Service. We will go into that. So this is the trend of the number of vacancies. So number of vacancies, it keep on changing. Generally, it will be between 900 to 1000. Sometimes exceptionally, it will be higher in number. It all depends on number of vacancies received by the, like states to UPs. Okay, that we will discuss. So examination help desk. These are the help desk numbers and these are the working hours. If you have any doubts, if you paid the fee, but it's showing processing, or like any error, some kind of thing, people will help. Okay, it's not like some other government offices helpline. They will definitely respond to it. Okay, once this is done, we can take this information, or else the PDF will be uploaded in all your Telegram groups, so that you can save the PDF, and if you still have any doubts, you can go through it, or else you can get back to me. And mains examination center. Prelims, obviously there are multiple locations in Hyderabad as well as in Vizag and Vijayawada. Prelims locations are there. With respect to mains, there are 2 main centers, 2 mains examination centers in Telugu states. One is in Hyderabad. Okay, in Hyderabad we have mains writing center, and the center serial number is 12, and Vijayawada is the another center. Okay, these are the 2 centers in Telugu states for mains exam. Okay, examination centers and steps, obviously. So first you have to apply through UPSC official website. Okay, in case based on like students requirement, we will plan one session regarding the application filling, how to fill the application and all. Okay, first now I am giving the details regarding the notification. So once you visit the application or the UPSC online recruitment application portal, then you have to first part 1. There are part 1, after that part 2. First part 1, you have to fill your online registration. That means your basic details you need to fill. Okay, so these basic details includes your name, your age, address, contact detail, and this should be matched with official documents. When you are mentioning the name, Okay, preferably it should match with your SSC 10th class document or intermediate documents. Try to match that irrespective of the Aadhaar, because Aadhaar name can be changed, not a big deal. Okay, with 1 month or 40 days Aadhaar name can be changed. So if your name is conflict with Aadhaar as well as the SSC, go with your SSC name. Are we clear about this? That is regarding the part 1, that is personal information online registration. Once the personal information you are filled, that is name, address and all those details, once you are filled those details, then review all these details, because once you submitted, corrections cannot be possible. Okay, for this notification. Again, for next notification everything will be fresh. Okay, so corrections are not allowed, so you have to double check before proceeding to the next stage. So next stage, part 2. In part 2, it is a place where you have to upload certain documents. Okay, which documents we will see. So in part 2, the required educational documents and the ID proofs, signatures and photographs you have to provide. And if you are claiming age relaxation, then you have to provide those documents. For example, you are claiming age relaxation on the grounds of SC or ST, or persons with benchmark disabilities. Okay, then you have to provide relevant details, documentation stage. Okay, of course, with respect to documents, they changed certain requirements, that also I will explain now. Next, 5th one, then here you have to choose the preferred center. And recently UPSC announced that for persons with benchmark disabilities, they will get the preference centers. Even though the center is filled, some additional capacity will be created for them. That is there for the persons with disabilities or persons with benchmark disabilities, because they have difficulty in traveling to other centers, by considering that UPSC announced in recent times. Next, 6, and finally you have to submit. So what I recommend to you is, before you go through this process, first try to have all the basic details ready. Your educational documents. If you are claiming reservation, your reservation like EWS, SC, ST or physical disability, and try to have some of your photographs. At least these things you must be, these details must be with you, and address for communication. Once these details are there, at least you will able to finish the part 1 successfully. Meanwhile, if part 2, if they are asking any additional documents, you can check those documents. But what I can suggest you is, try to, if you are applying this year 2026, if you are writing, then try to start this process as early as possible, because you will discover if there are any additional documents are required. Then from today itself you can try to get those documents. If you pending till end, and then if you came to know that you require some additional documents, it will be very difficult. It will create a lot of anxiety to you. So these are the various steps regarding the UPSC application form. Are we clear about this? Website, part 1, recheck of all the details in part 1, then part 2, documents, and recheck all the details before finally submitting. Because once you submit, then you cannot edit anything at all. And once you submit, you have to write down your registration number, very, very important for further communication. Because when you call to this helpline number, they'll ask you, for example, you did not get the hall ticket, or else you got examination center some other place, or else something wrong happened, then you have to code the registration number. That should be the case. So this is the application process, that online, that website thing. Apart from the website thing, some other details regarding the application. Obviously any graduate can write this UPSC prelims, and even you are in a final year degree also you can write. But the thing is, by the time of going to interview, you should able to submit your final degree certificate. Either convocation or provisional certificate, you should able to submit by the time of interview. That means at least it will take around 10 months easily. Yes, it's the May. So they are having exams. Obviously, by the month of January, February, now still interviews are going on. You will have that kind of time. So generally, the 4th year students who will graduate in May, June, they will attempt the UPSC. By the time of mains and interview, they will receive all the convocation details and everything. So it won't be a problem. So final year students can write. but by the time of interview, they should be able to get that required degree completed document. That should be the case here. Okay. Next, regarding the age limit, as of 1st August 2026. Okay. As of 1st August 2026, not today. For example, today, if you are, for example, max age is 32. On today, if you have 31 years of 2 months or 31 years of 3 months, it doesn't matter. But by the time of 1st August 2026, if you are crossing 32, then you cannot apply. Are we clear? So it's all about by 1st August 2026, how much your age is going to be. Okay, not today. By 1st August 2026, if you are a general candidate, you should be below 32 years. And there is no age limit relaxation for EWS candidates. EWS candidates and general category candidates age limit is same for upper age limit, that is 32 years, and the minimum is 21 years. For OBCs, plus 3 years exemption, SC/ST 5 years, and persons with benchmark disabilities, they will get 10 years of extension. That means for a candidate, the maximum period of extension up to how many years? 42 years. Till 42 years, these persons with physical disability, they can write. And let's see, here persons with benchmark disabilities, generally they should have at least 40% of physical disability. Okay, that physical disability certificate, it will be given by this government authority only. Okay, they should give that certificate. If you have physical disability below 40%, then you cannot claim this special category under reservations. This 40% is very, very important. Okay. Next, regarding the number of attempts, you know that general and EWS number of attempts are same, 6 number of attempts. And here number of attempts counts only when you attempt the prelims exam. If you simply apply the exam, if you apply for the exam, but if you did not write the exam, that means the attempt will not count. Are we clear about it? And one more thing, you applied for the IFOS exam, Indian Forest Service exam. Okay, then also that attempt will not be counted to the civil service examination. Okay, that means effectively you can write this forest service exam for 6 times if you are general candidate, and this civil service examination for 6 times, more or less. But of course, you have less age gap window anyhow. 21 to 32 means unless until you start writing at 21, you cannot use all this 12. But I hope you understood. For example, just for sake of experience only, you are writing the UPSC, I always suggest you to write by going with the IFOS option, because that will not count you for the CSE option. Okay. Or else if you are seriously preparing for IFOS itself, then better to apply for the CSE. Okay. Do according to your targets are according to your objectives. Next, OBC 9 attempts, SC/ST they have unlimited attempts within the age limit. Okay, within this 5 years, that is 32 plus 5, 37, with that unlimited age limit. Whereas persons with benchmark disabilities, if they are general category or EWS category, they have 9 attempts. Whereas if the physically disabled person belong to SC/ST, they don't have any this limit on the number of attempts. This is regarding the number of attempts. Number of attempts, once again, let me reiterate: general EWS 6, OBC 9, SC/ST unlimited attempt, but those unlimited attempts they have to use by the age of 37 years. By the age of 37 years, they have to use. And person with benchmark disability, they have limits of 9 if they belong to general or EWS category. If they belong to SC/ST, okay, then they have unlimited number of attempts. For OBC also it is 9. Okay, when you write prelims exam, then only that will be counted as an attempt. Okay, like I mentioned earlier. Next, fee. Obviously, so the fee is very nominal here. General, OBC and this EWS male 100 rupees. Even though EWS female and rest of the women candidates and SC/ST and persons with physical disability, this is free. Entire application process. Okay, so to make it accessible to or affordable to everyone. So this is regarding the fee thing. Next, one more thing students here, this OBC certificate and EWS certificate, generally their state certificate is different from central certificate. You have to keep that in mind. Central OBC is different from state OBC. Your caste may be OC now here, but if your caste is OBC in central level, then you have to get that OBC certificate. And the same applies to EWS certificate also. Okay, EWS certificate, generally for central level they are giving some manual EWS certificates. For state they are giving through MISEVA. That also we have to check. Okay, because you have to enter that certificate number. Next, physical persons with benchmark disability, scribe is allowed. That means for mains exam or prelims also scribe allowed, because for example if they don't have any like hands, okay, or if they have any issues in filling the bubbles and all, so scribe can be allowed for mains as well. Extra time generally for mains 20 minutes per hour will be given extra time, and for prelims it all depends on case to case. Okay, and regarding the application changes this year application changes, this is related to part 2. Okay, in part 1 you will fill all your basic details. In part 2, when you are uploading your photo, you have to upload your photo, at the same time you have to live photo capture, same like Aadhaar. If you download the Aadhaar app, you have to like blink against that Aadhaar app so that it will capture your face. Do you have an idea about that? Same thing like this, it is going to be the live capture. So obviously when you are applying this UPSC notification, wherever you are applying from that laptop, it should have a working camera, is very important. Okay, that is also very important, keep that in mind. And upload photo, as well as you have to sign 3 times on white paper in a black ink, and you have to upload clearly, because to prevent the discrepancy in signature, 3 times signature you have to give, and on white paper in black ink, very important. So you have to upload it clearly, so that will be saved, and if any discrepancies are there in future, they take action accordingly. Okay, this live photo one is newly introduced in this process, as well as 3 times on white paper. This is also newly introduced, this signature rule. And photo ID, like I said earlier, in part 1 you must enter all the ID details. Generally Aadhaar will be recommended. Listen guys, whichever the ID details you are using here, okay, whichever the ID details you are using in part 1, contact details and all these things, it is advisable to carry the same ID when you are going to write, okay, exam. Okay, carry the same ID to the exam, so that that information on your hall ticket and that ID card will be matched, so you don't get any further problems. Are we clear about it? Okay, and once this form is submitted, that means once part 2 and part 1, once you submit, they cannot be edited and you cannot withdraw any information. Okay, and change the UPSC rules. This rule is applicable to the people who are already serving. Okay, so previous ones, this live photo signature, that is for everyone who is applying for UPSC. Okay, even who is serving also. But these changes are the people who are already serving. For example, you know that people who selected for IPS, okay, they are again writing the UPSC. Okay, previously they opted again for IPS by like they can get the post in their own state. For those kind of things also they wrote. And even previously people who selected for other group A, group B services, I will tell what are group A and group B services, who selected for group A, group B also, like they attempted UPSC number of times. So UPSC try to address all these kind of questions, whether serving IAS officer, Indian Foreign Services and IPS service, how many attempts they can give. And at the same time, if they are group A, group B services, okay, how many attempts they can give. And if they get better service, what they have to do. And for how many attempts they require permission. And how many attempts, beyond how many attempts they have to resign to the job to write the exam. So all these details are mentioned. Let's see quickly. First, already appointed as IAS or IFS, Indian Foreign Service, from earlier CSE, that is 2015. Okay, 2015 one, not yet the result announced. so that they may apply now, because they don't know whether they will get the IAS or not. They will apply, but by the time of mains time, their candidature will be cancelled out. Are we clear about this? So imagine you applied in 2015, so 2025, and you given the interview. You don't know. Generally, before prelims itself, results will be declared. Okay, but by the time of applying for the exam, you don't know whether you get the IAS or not. So application is fine, but once you selected for IAS, then your further process after the mains, or you will not get a call for interview. Okay, that is very clear. So they cannot appear for CSE 2026 at all. If appointed after prelims 2026, for example, they applied for prelims 2026, they applied also, they cannot write mains, and even though they can write mains also, they cannot be considered for service. Okay, generally by the time of their mains, previous year results will come, so they cannot write mains. This is applicable to IAS and IFS services. These are all the new changes. Are we clear about this? And the second one is, if you already appointed to IPS from previous things, you can appear for this year exam. Okay, but you cannot opt for IPS again. Okay, previously some people misused this. Okay, to get in a better cadre. Here cadre means state. Okay, better cadre and all these things. They reappeared again. To prevent that, you cannot fix the IPS again. You have to choose other options. Generally, they will choose IAS or IFS. Okay, and allocated IPS and Group A services. Okay, because we are not discussing here about IAS and IFS, because already I mentioned that IAS and IFS, they cannot write again. IPS also he can write again, but he cannot choose IPS. Apart from that, there are some other restrictions. That is, this IPS candidate and other Group A services, okay, they allowed only one exam after they selected. For example, if they selected in CSE 2026, they allowed to write in CSE 2027 using one-time training exemption. Again, they cannot ask for exemption in 2028, because for that candidate, government cannot wait. Like they cannot pending that candidate related, this training related to particular candidate. That is the reason, if you selected in 2026, okay, you can get exemption for once to write 2027, but you cannot write in 2028. You can, but you have to resign to your present job. Are we clear? Okay. So CSE 2026 selected one, okay, who neither joins training nor takes exemption, then their service will be cancelled. This is a very basic thing. Okay. After you selected, if you did not join training and if you did not take any exemption, means you will consider as a no-show. That means you did not appear. Then your service will be cancelled out. Your allocation will be cancelled, and you can write any number of times based on your age and patience and all. Next, appears. Who appears in CSE 2027 after taking exemption? For example, you selected in 2026. Okay, and you took an exemption from your office and you wrote 2027. If you get a better service, then you have to choose between these 2026 or 2027. Okay, other one gets cancelled. It is same like in parliament topic. I told you that if an MP is elected from two positions, he has to choose one. Otherwise, both get cancelled. Okay. Next, but in CSE 2027, if he did not get any service, he can retain the 2026 service. And if he did not join training after 2026 or after 2027, automatically both will be cancelled out. All these are some basic things. After using this one improvement after 2027, okay, you selected in 2026, you took one exemption, you wrote in 2027, but you cannot write again in 2028 unless until you resign. That means once you selected for IPS or any Group A service, you can write only one UPSC attempt by taking permission, but exemption from training and all. But to write additional ones, okay, permission will not be given. You can write only by resigning to your present allocated service. That is very clear. Okay, and these rules came in 2026. What about the previous people? Previously who selected in 2025, 2024, 2023? For them, one chance is there. Either they can appear this 2026 or they can appear 2027, because they don't know about these rules. They may have plans. in 2025 or in 2024, when a candidate was selected, they may have plans to appear n number of times. For them, it is a chance. Okay, because now there are only few months of left. If you prepare for this exam, that's fine. Or else appear for 2027. That's it. You cannot take beyond this. Are we clear about this? So this is about, like without resigning they can do. And they cannot apply for 2028. If they apply, if they want to apply, they must resign to their jobs. So these are the new things regarding the UPSC rules. So this year UPSC, broadly, there are 3 changes. Number 1, at the time of your application, okay, at the time of your application in part B, that live photo capture and signatures. Second change is related to in-service candidates. And third change is, you will get to know by the end of this one, okay. So we will discuss, those are the 3 major changes, okay. I will clear up to this, all of you guys. And exam structure, you know very well, prelims and mains and interview personality test. Prelims marks, they don't carry forward. And prelims contains general studies and CSAT. CSAT is only qualifying in nature. 33% marks you have to get. Out of 200 approximately, it will be the 66 marks. And merit, for merit only paper 1 will be calculated. And of course, there is a negative marking. And the negative marking is 1/3. 1/3 for wrong question. Only candidates generally, for example, there are 933 vacancies. You can multiply 933 into approximately 12 or 13. That many number will be selected to mains. Okay, that is the ratio. Okay, selection for mains. So you have to be in that pool. Okay, so in prelims you have to put some. So you have to get some basic knowledge in CSAT to get qualified, and you have to work on GS, because GS marks will count for merit selection. That means in prelims cutoff, whoever get highest number of marks, obviously they'll be in the mains list. Then mains 1750 out of 9 papers. Okay, qualifying papers English and Indian language. In these 2 papers you should get at least 25% of the marks. That is 75 marks. Out of the 300 in English qualifying marks, you should get 75 marks. And any language you can choose out of the schedule 8. You know that how many languages are there in schedule 8? How many languages are there? 22. Out of 22 you can pick any one. Okay. Generally in 22 language, English is not there. That is the reason you cannot pick English twice. Okay. Merit ranking. For merit ranking, Essay 1, GS 4, 5 papers, optional 2, 7 papers only for merit. Even though you are writing 9, only 7 for merit, rest of the 2 only for the qualification purpose. For interview, it will be the 275 marks. Generally, in interview, your personality test and this your personality, your awareness about society, how you are judging things and all, that will be tested. And services. Like I mentioned earlier, only IAS and IPS, Indian Police Service. Okay. Only this and additionally Indian Forest Service. Okay. These are only 3 all India services. That means they'll be posted across India. And these are the 3 key people in a particular district. In a particular district, all the environment and forest will be under the district forest officer, DFO, and all the law and order in a district comes under SP, IPS, and all the other administration comes under the collector, IAS. These are the 3 principal heads. Are we clear about this? Next, Group A services. Here you can see Group A services. The difference between the Group A and civil services is they are not all India posting, and the salary will be changed, and whatever the other allowances and all, that will be changed, and the promotion scale also will be different. Okay, Indian Audit till Indian Postal Services. Okay, and all this Indian Railway Management, IRMS, Railway Protection, Revenue Service, Customs and Indirect Tax, and Income Tax, Direct Tax. Okay, and Indian Trade Services. These are the groups. So Group A service. Okay, and these are the Group B service, Armed Forces Headquarters, Civil Services, Group B, and DANIX, that is Daman Dayu, Andaman Nicobar, Lakshadweep, Daman Dayu, and Dadra Nagar Haveli. Administration, Police, DANIPS, and Pondix, Pondicherry Civil Services, and Pondips, it is about the Pondicherry Police Service. This is about the Group B service. So now UPSC, specifically 3 All India services, Group A, Group B. You will get service based on your merit. At the same time, based on vacancy in that particular state. Very, very important. Now, we'll come to the topic of cadre. Okay, what is the meaning of cadre? Cadre means in UPSC exam, cadre means it is a geographical place where majority of your career you will work in that place. That is about the cadre here. Okay, previously in India, we divided the entire India into like different zones. South zone, okay, zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5, like that. Okay, in one of the zone we have Telangana, AP, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. So South Indian states are clustered in one zone. So most of the South Indian candidates automatically they used to select in this zone only. So majority of their career they will end up here only. Same applies to Bihar, Jharkhand and as well. That means they are opting for a particular zone. For example, out of top 10, imagine top 7 are from South India. Imagine all the 7 people will end up in where? End up in South India zone only. That means here diversity is lacking. With respect to service, diversity is lacking. So to prevent that, recently, this is the third change UPSC it has done. It divided all Indian states into alphabetical order, not geographical, alphabetical order. If you see here, A, okay, Agmat, okay, so Andaman Nicobar and so Meghalaya and other UTs, okay, Goa it includes, okay. Whatever the UT generally, okay, it here whatever the UT not included here, obviously that is another cadre. So here Agmat is one UT, Andhra Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya it is one UT together, okay, Bihar and Chhattisgarh. If you count all this, like this thing, you will get around 25 cadres. So this is the 25 cadres in Group A. So now, if you are from Andhra Pradesh, okay, generally obviously you will prefer Group A. But in Group A, if someone is like higher ranking and they choose Group A as well, first that person will be filled. Later you will get chance. So how this filling will happen? First, as these are 25 cadres, first 25 candidates will be filled in first cycle and second cycle. So in first cycle, if someone before you, they opted for AP, for example, in AP there is only one vacancy, then automatically you will never get your state. For example, imagine, so Gandhi is from AP. Is anyone from AP? Mahindra, you are from AP as well. He got the first rank and she got the second rank. Okay, imagine civil service examination. So in every state, here states are mentioned cadre. In every cadre again there is insider and outsider. There is two differences are there. Insider means from within the state, from within those state people, how many jobs are there. Imagine in AP on that particular year, for AP people, there is only one IAS post is there. That means even though she get the second rank, she will not get the posting in AP. Because there is no insider job. Only insider AP. For insider AP, how many are there? Only one is there. Who will decide how many insider vacancy are there? How many outsider vacancy are there? So these cadres, these states, okay, by the month of January 31, okay, every year, they have to submit the proposals. Okay, for example, in Telangana, okay, we have insider vacancies these many and outsider vacancies these many. The data will be submitted to, okay, for IAS, different department, for IPS, Home Affairs, Indian Forest Services, those data will be submitted to the union government. Based on that, the jobs will be filled. Are we clear about this? So obviously, so in Group 4, Telangana, Tripura, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal. So here, if someone is choosing Group 4 from this Group 4 from Telangana person, if you don't get in Telangana, see how diverse places he has to work. The same applies to AP, how diverse places he work. Okay, if AP, then Bihar. Okay, so now see, or else if Telangana, then it will be the UP. Yes, you get the good company. Okay, so AP or Bihar or Telangana or UP. So you can get this kind of diversity. This is the third change. Are we clear about this? This is alphabetical wise. For only Group 2 people, Group 2 some advantage. If not Karnataka, at least you will get in the Kerala. Okay, you can escape through Western Ghats and you can here and there. You can travel between the Kerala and Karnataka. Okay, this is the advantage. 2 South Indian states in one group. Okay, and Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu. Okay, and rest of the things is very difficult. Okay, As for both Telugu states, these states are too far. Okay, that's it. This is about the UPSC notification. And if you have any FAQs, okay, I'll forward this PDF. I formulated some FAQs. Okay, do prelims marks count in final results or not? No. These kind of some common FAQs I mentioned here, and you can go through that. And now if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, otherwise we will conclude the session. Okay, I hope now you got a clear idea about UPSC CSE notification 2026. Are we clear, guys? All of you? Okay, that's it. We are done with the session. Thank you.